Hey beer tubers, Ryan here, back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me. Today we're looking at Rogue Chocolate Stout. This is a beer I've had once before, but I just saw it recently come back into stores here, so I decided to pick one up to review it. It's, well, Rogue lists all the information except for the alcohol percentage, which I had to look up. It's apparently 6.3%. Using 12 ingredients: Great Western 2-row, Crystal 135 through 164, chocolate, and Rogue Micro barley farmed Dare and Risk malts. Don't know what those are, and they're using some of their own hops, Revolution and Rebel, rolled oats, roasted barley, natural chocolate flavoring, and of course their water and yeast. So let's get this thing open and check it out. The recipe that Rate Beer had at least had a few different ingredient changes, because they had that listed if you look on Rate Beer on the description. So I'll post that description so you can see how it compares to this bottle I'm drinking, because now they're using a lot of their own malt in their beer. They're using a lot of their own hops. A lot of these are proprietary things, or at least variations of your classic kind of malt and hops. So I don't have a lot of information on those, but let's check out the color on this one. It's definitely pitch black, got a little over about a finger and a half, light brown head on there. Looks like a nice stout. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, right away, chocolate. Definitely chocolate. On the bottle it says they're using, it says made with imported chocolate. Definitely some roasted notes on the, almost to like a burnt kind of malt character in the background, which kind of goes into slightly smoky. Definitely picking up some sweet caramel. It almost goes into like a vanilla note as well. So I don't know if any of their chocolate extract or whatever they're using is has vanilla in it or not. I kind of picked that up in the nose as well, and there's a nice bready kind of base malt in there, so it smells pretty good. Let's dig in. Cheers. Yeah, you're not going to miss the chocolate in that. Oh, getting a little bit of hops on the end as well. Adds in a little nice bitterness. Up front it's pretty sweet, so it's kind of good that towards the back end it's a little more balanced with that hop character, a little bit of that roasted barley bitterness in there as well. Overall it's pretty balanced. A little bit of lingering chocolate notes. So the first thing you get is sweetness. You definitely get some sweet caramel malt, sweet breadiness. There's a sweeter milk chocolate, like semi-sweet chocolate in there. That kind of hits off kind of towards the front of the tongue. Once that kind of sweetness sort of becomes almost too much, the beer kind of balances itself back out. You start getting some more bitter elements. You're getting some of that bitter roasted barley character, and you're getting those hops in there too to kind of help out. So there's some bitterness, there's a little bit of like an earthy, maybe slightly spicy hop note up towards the back end. Chocolate wise, you can tell that it's not like a traditional like baker's chocolate where it tends to be a little more dark and bitter. This one is more semi-sweet. There is some darker chocolate notes in there that kind of as the chocolate fades towards the end, and those other elements kind of add some bitterness to it. But I mean, there's chocolate goes, most of the mouthfeel, you're not going to miss it in this beer. They call it chocolate stout. It is a chocolate stout. I mean, that's what is great about it. But it's not completely overpowering the beer. It's fairly well integrated into it, because it has the sweet, it goes sweeter chocolate up front with the sweeter malts, and then it goes sweeter, or it goes more bitter chocolate towards the back end, more of that kind of dark chocolate note when you get that roasted barley and hop bitterness in there. So I think it's a really nicely balanced beer. It's definitely different than something that maybe has cocoa nibs or baker's chocolate added to the mix. So it's a beer that I would recommend. I think this is a great chocolate stout. I'm going to go A- on it. I'm a fan of this beer. I think this is one of Rogue's better beers. And whatever the chocolate characteristic they're using is really nice. It's not too fake tasting, kind of extract. So I recommend checking this one out. I don't think it's overly, too expensive as well, at least where I can get it. So recommend checking out Rogue's chocolate ale. I think it's one of the better chocolate stouts out there. If you like Young's double chocolate stout, give this one a try. So Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.